Yo, this is Joycey
and Blake,
and welcome to Savagely Scaled. In this episode, we will be talking about your first day upon joining a CrossFit gym and what we call the onboarding process. So we will speak to both of our experiences onboarding, as well as provide you with some tips on how to prepare and what to expect during your onboarding experience. And getting into episode 4 in
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, everyone, welcome to episode 4. Now, before we get started, let's start with our word of the day. For today, the word of the day is PR, which stands for personal record or personal best. So this is another way of us CrossFitters identifying when you have either possibly improved your lift by maybe a certain number of poundage, or maybe you pretty much improved your time in a certain specific workout. This is a way of acknowledging, oh wow, today I hit a PR. Today I, improved a lift or improved a workout. And it's definitely one of the most used words in CrossFit, I would say.
Yeah, and in our gym we have like a bell for you guys to ring so we can congratulate you guys.
Yep, we're that kind of gym. We love it when you win.
So what we're going to go over is what happens after you have located your closest CrossFit gym. What's the next step? So there could be 2 steps. There could be a no sweat intro, which what our gym does. Again, this is a base of what we know from our gym or any outside experiences that we've been with. But we have a no sweat option way before we do 101 or onboarding. With that no sweat, you can call and schedule to come in. We have an email that you can email us through, our website and everything. And this is for you to come to the gym and basically get a walkthrough and any questions you have leading up to it. Usually we get, what is CrossFit? What am I doing? How much is always the question. And can I see your facilities? So when you walk in right off the bat, you're going to see the coaches on one of the walls with all of our certificates and what we have. We also have some gear, some food,
a little snack shop,
and some drinks for before or after. Mm-hmm. Then we have the announcement wall and pictures of past events we've held, our awards for best gym of the years that we've gotten that. And again, any announcements, like if you walked in, you would see that we have the open announcements with our teams that each color has.
Go black team.
Go red. And then what the events will be, those nights, and what theme it is, and what the potluck is.
All the good stuff.
But as you venture on, you're to be asking the person that's giving you the walkthrough all the questions. We'll show you our open gym area, talk about the equipment. We're also going to talk about what CrossFit is and what you want out of a workout. What are you looking for? Because we do have people coming in who just want to get better health-wise, and we have nutrition. We also have personal training, and this is the perfect stop in your beginning stages of your health to get those questions answered. If, per se, all of that checks towards class, then we give you a sheet of our onboarding, our 101, or on-ramp. And this is to jot down your information. We get to know your schedule so we can stalk you at any time. Get to know when you think that you'd be available to do those courses with your coach and what classes are you looking at, and just getting to know your schedule.
100%.
And for me as a coach, that's basically what a no sweat option is. I know that you did this with Coach Dave. So how was your no sweat?
Shout out to Coach Dave.
Our salesman of the year.
Right? For real. I think when I first, like I mentioned before, when I jumped into CrossFit, I just showed up one day at the gym. I want to say it was after work around 5 p.m. I walked on in. Like Blake said, I was at the snack shop or gear shop where they sell all the good stuff. And Coach Dave just walked in, and the first thing he did was introduce himself, telling me welcome to CrossFit. And like Blake said, he showed me around the gym. I already knew walking in there that I was going to commit and sign that form saying that I wanted to start. But it was nice to get to see kind of what a CrossFit gym looks like first before signing up. And also got a chance to see kind of like what the classes look like. There was a class going on at the time I went, so it was, I guess, a little intimidating walking in and seeing all the people there, but also it was nice to kind of get a first glimpse before I even start my onboarding process. So I would say for me, I jumped into it kind of super nervous as to like not being able to do any of the moves. And I really didn't know what onboarding was either. I just, Coach Dave just said, show up at this time, bring some workout clothes, bring a water bottle, and, we'll figure it out from there. So I was excited to learn something new and I was super eager to start. Again, I already had a background in fitness, so I knew that I was going to enjoy it. I just, one of the biggest things that I really did appreciate from the onboarding was that they take the time to teach you every single CrossFit move that you're going to be using pretty much for most of the workouts and kind of gauge where you stand in relation to all of those moves. So it was a good introduction to see, oh man, maybe I need some more mobility, or maybe I'm not as, well versed in weightlifting as I thought I was. So it
was this done like just in one day?
Oh no, it took it was I think 3 days worth of courses before I even jumped into my first official CrossFit class. So it was very geared towards me and what I was able to do. And throughout the whole process, Coach Dave was just so supportive and kind. And, so he made me feel like, okay, I might not be able to do a pull-up, but I will get there, And like Blake said, one of the biggest things that they do on your onboarding process is ask you, like, what is your goal? Like, why are you joining the gym? Why do you want to do this? And for me, my first goal was I want to do a pull-up. That's been my goal for so long, and I still can't do it. And going into a CrossFit gym can be intimidating because for me, I saw these people doing handstands, like chest to bar pull-ups, and I was like, there's no way I can do that at all jumping in, right? But I think having had a coach kind of meet me before I even jumped into class with all those intimidating people was super helpful because, of course, joining a gym, you don't know anybody. Yep. And being able to go on in and say, oh, at least I know Coach Dave, or I know the person who gave me my onboarding class. So that was very validating. And for me, one trick, or I guess one tip I would recommend most people out there who are just starting is make sure your first class that you do take with everyone else, that you take the class that contains the coach that you started your onboarding process with. I felt like that was a great way to kind of step into joining the communal classes, having had someone who already knows my experience and my level of fitness, and also someone who already, a friendly face, someone who I already knew. So I would say ultimately, like overall, the onboarding experience was super friendly to newcomers.
Yeah.
It was very slow paced to your level, and honestly, it excited me to start the process. It really did.
Which is awesome. And I think that start with the coach that you were with.
Right.
Now, again, that always can't be. Mm-hmm. So what happens is sometimes Dave will let us coaches know, hey, this is their first class coming up. Just let you know. And we do communicate. Now, this is at our gym again. We do like to have that open communication, oh, this is their third one.
Yeah.
If I don't know you, I am one of those coaches hey, how long have you been? Yeah. How long have you been doing CrossFit? And there have been people who are oh, I come to the mornings. I've been doing it for 6 months. And I'm well, nice to meet you. Thanks for coming at night. Because I don't coach the morning ones as much because of my kids' schedule. Mm-hmm. So it is nice to have that welcoming face.
Yes.
And getting to know that. If I have a new person and it's their first day, and I do first day people. I like first
so
months. The first month of people coming and seeing them again. I like to have the class go around, introduce themselves, because if this is the time that you're coming, majority of those people you're going to see over and over again.
Yep. Small knit family, guys.
Yeah, so getting to know those people, and then I have them say why they enjoyed CrossFit or why they've been in here that long. Sometimes we do say, what's your favorite ice cream or what's your favorite color?
I love that so much, yeah.
But really with the on-ramping, to go off of what Joyce said, yeah, as a coach doing it, we show you what the standard of that movement is.
Mm-hmm. Step by step.
Yep, a pull-up. We show you the standard of a kipping pull-up. So we'll show you the movement, and then we will warm you up with, some scap pull-ups and teach you how to activate those shoulders. we'll show you a little kip and how to really use your chest, because a lot of people like to start with the legs. Then we go into bigger ones and how to cycle that up.
Right.
Half the time you look at us like, how? And then we go, you know what? We're going to warm your shoulders up and do this so I can get you moving and understanding this movement. We might not hit a pull-up today, so we're going to go over ring rows. But I want you to know that even if you're doing ring rows, I still want you to try warming up with these kipping and these scat pull-ups.
Right.
You know, and the negatives and things like that for it. You know, doing on ramp, it is 3 courses, so over 3 days. I actually didn't get to do onboarding.
That's insane.
I started CrossFit in 2013, and I went to a gym that was part of a regular gym, and they didn't have that. I was very thankful, though, that these coaches were well-versed in lifting and the movement so much that they would break it down for me.
Right.
And they would make sure that we weren't hurting ourselves. During the times I went, I can't vouch for every coach there because I didn't know every coach. But I was very thankful for those coaches that I had to do that. I didn't start seeing on board or on ramp or 101. People call it different things until I moved to Maricopa, Arizona, and that home box that I've had, and I still talk to those people to this day, told me what onboarding was. And I didn't have to do it through them because I had 3 years under my belt. They did have me do like a trial class with them, so then I was moving correctly and I did know the movements. Fair. So that's like basically what the onboarding was for me. And I know you had the amazing Dave for yours.
I did. Coach Dave is one of our coaches at the gym, but he's notorious for doing lots of personal training, and he does a lot of the onboarding. Too.
He's also retired, a grandpa, and the gym is his life right now.
That is right. And so is Coach Dave. Coach Dave is our life. Yeah. Anyways, enough of Coach Dave. Oh man. I guess the next step is to talk about how do we prepare for your onboarding.
Yeah.
Right?
Like what did you decide to bring? Like when I started working out, I just had my water bottle and my leggings.
Your stretchy pants.
Yes, your stretchy pants.
Honestly, I would say that's truly all you need. At least when I was advised, I was like, just show up with a water bottle, comfy clothes, your workout clothes, and that's, a good attitude going in there knowing that, hey, honestly, like I knew I was walking in there saying, hey, I know what I'm bringing to the table. I know there's lots of things I need to work on, but I'm here ready to work on those things. And I'm here, honestly, a big part of it was like, I'm here ready to meet some people. Like, I want to get to know my community a little bit better. I felt like I was really disconnected in that. And then what better way to do it than to do it with fitness? I've always loved fitness. And, if you go into it knowing that you're going to learn something new and you might not be able to do everything, that's okay. Like, I think that's the biggest part of CrossFit is a big mental game of going in and saying, hey, there's going to be all these people around me who are going to be doing handstand push-ups, something that I've never seen before in my entire life, but I'm going to be here working towards getting one step closer to that,
Yep.
And I think that's a big part of going into your onboarding, like knowing that you have things that you're bringing to the table too. You're not fully, you have something to contribute, and, the coaches are there to see it.
And we all started there.
Yep.
And I think a lot of people forget when they look around in class is we all started there. A couple weeks ago when I was coaching noon, I had a first timer. Oh. And I was very, very proud of our members because this new person was, I don't want to hold anybody back. I don't want anybody to wait on me. Oh. And our members were very like, I was there. You're not holding anybody back. And I was like, yeah, who'd you be holding back by stretching more? We need mobility. We need this. You're not holding anybody back. We've all started there. And that's what our members said too. Like, that's where we're started. And there's still some movements where we're still behind from everybody else. But nobody will look at you and be like, how dare you're stretching too long? How dare you had to break up your 10 squat pull-ups into 5 and 5? Like, right. We are very into our different levels that we've been in.
Right.
But my biggest thing for onboarding would be make sure you have the time so that onboarding for those 3 classes are at least an hour. if you need childcare to get that. If not, we do have a place where you can put the kiddos on some tablets and have them
Can't
be
go wrong.
there. The next one is to have hydration. You have water, need it. Then the next thing is, of course, like the right shoes. So we'll be going into other episodes about apparel, but there's just some types of shoes that don't work well with ropes. They don't work well with things. And making sure you're not coming in tennis shoes that you've been wearing for the last
Please
10
don't
years.
come in chucks.
Yeah. But just remember, everybody started here.
Yes.
It's best to do those on-ramps. And yes, you got used to just being with one coach. But once you go to a class, you have so many people that you can look at and be like, they started there too.
That's right.
Biggest thing.
No shame. No shame. Nope. And if you haven't already, contact your local CrossFit gym and let them know that you're interested in joining. A coach from that gym will contact you to assist you in setting up your onboarding experience. But, other than that, just get pumped. This will forever be your first introduction to CrossFit and the beginning of the most amazing ride of your life. So enjoy it.
Yes. We hope that this episode helped encourage some of our new CrossFitters to feel excited for their journey
Yay.
into CrossFit. I know it excited me again. Yay! We know going into learning something new can be intimidating, but know that you are not alone and will always have the support and expertise of your coaches to help you lead you along the CrossFit journey.
That's right.
So, if you have any questions about this thing called CrossFit, please let us know. Again, we don't claim to be the elites. I mean, come on, only in our minds. Or claim to know all. These are just our standards, views, and what we think about this sport. If you feel this is your swig of pre-workout, please subscribe, follow, and leave a review.
Yeah. And a big thank you to my co-host. This episode was written by myself and the wonderful Blake, edited by us, and also a huge shout out to you guys for listening and being here. Music is from SoundCloud and Upbeat. And, all other findings and other content that we have here has been provided by games.crossfit.com and our own affiliate gym, kingmancrossfit.com. Until we meet
At the whiteboard again.